Have you ever been sitting on the couch late at night, enjoying a quiet moment when suddenly you hear it? A faint scurrying sound, a little scratch, maybe even the squeak of something small moving through the walls. You freeze. Your eyes dart around the room. Then, out of the corner of your eye, you see it. A tiny blur of gray fur dashing across the floor. A mouse. Now, if you're like most people, your first thought is probably, "Oh no, please let that be the only one." But here's the thing. If you see one mouse in your home, there's a good chance there are more hiding just out of sight. Mice are social creatures and prolific breeders. Where one has found food and shelter, others are almost certainly close by. And that's when the real anxiety sets in. You start thinking about your kitchen pantry, your food, your family's health, and the potential for chewed wires, shredded insulation, or even hidden nests in your garage or attic. Suddenly, your safe and comfortable home doesn't feel quite so secure anymore. So today, I want to walk you through 6 powerful strategies, backed by pest experts and real-life experience, for ridding your home of mice once and for all. But rather than just giving you a list, I want to tell you a story. One that weaves together the real dangers mice bring, the clever ways they sneak inside, and the step-by-step actions you can take to protect your home. By the end, you'll not only know exactly what to do, but you'll also understand why each step matters so much. Why mice are more than just a nuisance. Before we dive into solutions, let's get clear on the stakes. A mouse isn't just a cute little critter wandering through your living room. These animals carry harmful bacteria and diseases. Their droppings, urine, and even dander can contaminate food and surfaces in your kitchen. Mice are also destructive chewers. They gnaw through wires, insulation, cardboard, and even wood. Some homeowners have discovered thousands of dollars of damage under their car hoods because mice found warmth in the engine bay and decided to make it their nesting ground. One pest expert put it best: if you see a mouse run across your floor, don't assume it's a one-off. He didn't just wander in alone. He probably has a family and maybe an extended family close behind. That's why taking action immediately is so important. Waiting even a few weeks can mean the difference between 1 or 2 mice and a full-blown infestation. Step 1. Seal every gap. Let's start with prevention, because honestly, the best mouse problem is the one you never have in the first place. Think of your home as a castle. If your walls are solid and your gates are secure, intruders can't get in. But if there's even the smallest crack, a mouse will find it. Here's something that always surprises people. Mice can squeeze through holes as small as a dime. Imagine dropping a coin on your floor. That's all the space they need to contort their flexible little bodies and slip through. It's both fascinating and horrifying at the same time. So what does this mean for you? It means you need to become a detective. Walk around the exterior of your house slowly, flashlight in hand if necessary, and look for any gaps. Check near doors, around windows, along the foundation, near pipes or vents, and especially in the garage. The garage is one of the most common entry points because many people leave trash bins or pet food there, which attract mice like magnets. I once heard a story of a family who kept birdseed in their garage. They had no idea mice had chewed through the plastic bag until they noticed tiny holes in the corner and little shells scattered across the floor. By the time they realized what had happened, the mice had also chewed wires in their car engine, causing hundreds of dollars in repairs. The fix? Seal those entry points. Use steel wool or metal mesh to fill small gaps, because mice can't chew through it. For larger holes, patch with concrete, hardware cloth, or caulk, combined with a sturdier barrier. Replace any rotten wood or shingles, and install door sweeps on exterior doors. It may feel tedious, but trust me, every little hole you block is one less mouse sneaking inside. Step 2. Properly store food. Now let's move to the second step. Food storage. Mice are driven by 3 simple needs: food, water, and shelter. Take away easy access to any one of those, and your home becomes a lot less attractive. If you leave cereal boxes open, snacks in unsealed bags, or garbage lids loose, you might as well put up a neon sign that says, "Buffet open all night." Mice have an incredible sense of smell, and they will zero in on any opportunity. So here's what you do. Invest in airtight containers, glass jars with screw-on lids, heavy-duty plastic bins with locking tops, or metal canisters all work beautifully. Not only will this keep your food fresh longer, but it also blocks the scent trails that draw rodents in. Even your pet's kibble should be stored in sealed bins, not just left in the original bag. And let's talk about garbage for a moment. Outdoor trash bins should have tight-fitting lids, and if possible, store them away from your house. Inside, empty your kitchen trash regularly and wipe down the bin so lingering odors don't build up. One pest control expert summed it up perfectly. If mice can't smell food, they won't be as tempted to enter your home. Simple, but effective. Step 3. Keep a clean home. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, I've sealed the gaps and stored the food. Am I done? Not quite. Step 3 is about maintaining an environment that doesn't encourage visitors. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a kitchen counter with just a few crumbs from last night's dinner. Maybe a plate left in the sink with some leftover sauce. To you, it's no big deal. But to a mouse, that's a feast. They need only tiny amounts of food to survive. Even a few grains of rice can keep a mouse going for an entire day. That's why regular cleaning is so important. Wipe down your counters, sweep your floors, and store dirty dishes in the dishwasher instead of leaving them out. Declutter areas like basements and attics, because clutter provides perfect hiding spots for nesting. I want to make something clear, though. Finding a mouse doesn't mean your home is dirty. Sometimes they come in simply because it's warm or because they smell food cooking. But keeping a clean home reduces the chances of attracting them in the first place and makes it easier to spot early signs of activity, like droppings or gnaw marks. Step 4. Lure them with peanut butter. Now let's talk about catching the ones that are already inside. Here's where we bust a common myth. Everyone thinks of cheese when it comes to mouse traps, right? Cartoons have taught us that for decades. But in reality, cheese isn't the best bait. The number one bait, according to pest professionals, is peanut butter. Why? Because it's sticky, aromatic, and irresistible to mice. When they try to nibble it, they really have to work at it, which increases the chance of triggering the trap. And if you don't have peanut butter, don't worry. Nut spreads, soft cheese, or even chocolate can work. The key is something sticky and strongly scented. I remember one homeowner who swore by hazelnut spread. They said the mice went crazy for it, almost ignoring other food sources in the kitchen. The point is, choose bait that makes them linger. Step 5. Use humane options. This is where we get into the ethical side of pest control. When people get desperate, they often turn to poison or glue traps. But here's the problem. Poisons can easily harm pets or children who accidentally ingest them. And even if they work on the mice, they often cause slow, painful deaths. Glue traps are equally inhumane, leaving mice stuck to slowly die from exhaustion or dehydration. In fact, many countries have banned glue traps altogether. So what's the alternative? Humane traps. These are live catch devices that lure mice inside with bait, but don't harm them. Once a mouse is trapped, you can release it far away from your home, at least a few miles, so it won't find its way back. Now, some people wonder, doesn't releasing them just make them someone else's problem? And yes, that's a fair point. But many prefer this method because it avoids unnecessary suffering. Just be sure to release them in a natural area, far from homes or farms, where they can return to their wild habits. And a quick note, don't bother with peppermint oil or similar natural deterrents. While they might smell strong to you, studies show they don't work unless used in massive, impractical amounts. Stick with physical barriers and traps. They're far more reliable. Step 6. Hire an expert. Finally, we come to the last step, knowing when to call in reinforcements. If you've tried sealing, cleaning, trapping, and you're still seeing signs of mice, droppings, gnaw marks, or actual sightings, it may be time to hire a professional. Exterminators have specialized tools, traps, and strategies that go far beyond what you can buy at the hardware store. They can also identify entry points you may have missed and give you a long-term prevention plan. There's no shame in calling for help. Mice reproduce rapidly, with a single pair potentially producing dozens of offspring in a year. Left unchecked, an infestation can spiral out of control quickly. Sometimes the smartest, safest option is to let the experts handle it. So there you have it, 6 proven strategies to rid your home of mice once and for all. Seal every gap, store food properly, keep your home clean, use the right bait, choose humane traps. And don't hesitate to call a professional if needed. But beyond just getting rid of mice, this is really about protecting your home and your peace of mind. A house should feel safe, cozy, and secure. It shouldn't be a place where you're afraid to open a pantry door or lie awake listening to scratching in the walls. I want you to picture that same moment we started with, the quiet evening at home. But this time, instead of hearing scurrying noises, all you hear is silence. Your food is sealed, your house is clean, and your walls are solid. No intruders, no stress, just the comfort of knowing your home is truly yours again. And if you found this guide helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with friends or family who might be dealing with the same problem. After all, knowledge is the best defense against pests of any kind. Thanks for sticking with me through this journey. Be sure to like, subscribe, and join me again for more animal insights and home solutions. Until next time, stay safe, stay clean, and keep those mice out where they belong.